My name is Jim Penna. I am the manager of retirement services here at VectorVest. Thanks for taking the time to be here. I've been here about 14 years now, and it just keeps getting better every year. And I love being here with these guys, my friends and colleagues. So I want to talk. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to take off my retirement hat for a minute, and we're going to talk about some stocks to trade. It is the summer hot sizzle stock. So I'm starting with JD.com. And you're going to see I did not take into account price versus value on either of my picks today. I do have a nice relative safety score on JD.com. You know, as Steve said, it's very good. It's not at the 1.4 level we'd like to see. Relative value, VST, CI, all very strong. So all of those numbers are where I want them to be. This is another stock. A lot of the stocks I find are through more prudent type searches. And many of them come from searching for good covered call candidates that we look for, not only for capital appreciation, but to generate income as well. Here's another current covered call position that I have. It's profitable right now, JD. Glenn, if we could just jump into the graph. That's the 3-month look, so you'll see a very nice movement to the upside, hit a high today. Again, we've got some, listen, there's still volatility and uncertainty in the market. I know the market has gone straight up since the 23rd, but it still remains to be seen where these things go. So you always have to use caution. You've got to have an exit strategy or a risk management process in mind. But right now, the stock is rising. Relative timing is strong. I didn't even put up earnings on this particular stock to show you, but you know, it's a stock that's rising in price. Now, here's the caveat for me. It is a very got a lot of strong numbers, but it's out of China. It's an e-commerce stock out of China, but it's got a long history. It's not some just Johnny come lately kind of stock that we're looking at. Glenn, if you go, that's a 1-year graph that we have up there. Put a 1 year up. You know, so you've got some history to this stock. You know, it's a good company, good numbers. And it's moving nicely. So this is more of my summer trade, if you will. So that's what I'm looking at there.
I'm looking at the big bulges in RT. The stock is in an uptrend, hitting a new high, putting it back on a 3-month graph. Today would be a good day to buy. Very little wick at the top. Just as I say that, then I get a wick. Just very little wick at the top. Smaller candle now. I'm not going to call it a doji. I'm not going to call it indecision. But an open candle, very little wick. I like getting into it today. RT is, I'm not going to say flattening out or nothing. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Not at this juncture. I'm just going to say the stock price is rising.
Again, I mean, if you're day trading the stock and I see RT pull down day over day,
right,
then put up an intraday graph and trade it that way. So
Okay.
that's why I was trying to make the point earlier.
Yeah.
How are you trading it? Right? What is your objective? I learned a long time ago from a very, very good trader that when I'm looking at a graph, I'm looking at the graph and analyzing it based on my objective of how long am I going to hold this. Am I day trading it? Give me an intraday graph with 2-minute bars. Am I putting it in my retirement portfolio? Start me with a 3 or 5 year graph and work my way down.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a nice summer trade here on a stock that's moving up in a very strong
45-degree angle right there.
So,
Okay.
and of course, listen, again, you've got to have your risk management and exit strategies however you see fit. The markets rise. I wouldn't do it today, even though the NASDAQ is up. Have to wait and see for the next mark, but I love the stock. And so we can go right to the other stock, PDD. I honestly didn't realize this until I...
Where is it?
Is it up? Is the graph up there? Go back to the
Just graph it from
viewers?
your watch list.
I can do that.
So it's actually on the bottom, Pinduo, which I was laughing earlier thinking was an Italian stock. Pinduo. You know, I didn't know. What do I know? But anyway, turns out it is a China e-commerce stock, just like JD.com. So we're looking at the same thing. And again, even more so here, you can see I certainly didn't take price and value into consideration here. But again, look at the stock today. The fundamentals, I'm not trading the stock on the fundamentals. putting my trader's hat back on, and I'm looking at RT, I'm looking at CI. If you want to look at fundamentals, look at the 40% growth rate that you're seeing there. And you're in an industry, along with others, along with JD, that are doing very well. If you look at the graph here, it's going to be very similar, even a little more parabolic, if you will. So,
Beauty.
So that's what we're looking at. I'm looking at a 3-month graph of a stock that's been very strong, rising in price. If you don't want to buy 2 stocks in internet e-commerce out of China, the one other stock I was going to show was Centene, because I'm really going to say the same thing on PDD as I was on JD. Another good quality stock here, Centene. Now you're looking at me and saying, well, what are you doing there? Here is where I would definitely look at resistance and put the buy order in right above resistance. But the reason I choose these stocks, I just don't randomly find them. These stocks are from the search Premier Growth Stocks, which is, again, one of my top 3 or 5 favorite searches in the entire program. And all I did was put a parameter on there. I want stocks less than 100, because we're talking a little more about perhaps trading these or whatever. So I didn't want to put Lockheed Martin, was one of my picks, over $400. So there's a stock that's consolidating, a good quality stock. You get a breakout there, and listen, is it going to double by the end of the summer? Probably not, but I think you've got another good quality stock and a trade there if it breaks out of that channel that you see there. So I just wanted to throw that in so I didn't have 2 stocks out of the same industry. And let me just finish my session here from and let you know, and this, I believe that risk management, no matter what you do, when you get in, how you get out, is going to determine your success. So, Joey, I don't know if you want to just pull up the
I got it.
The site here, or I'm sorry, Glenn. This is a time, even before the sell-off in February, right? If you're managing and taking care of your own portfolio, it's important that you're able to use more risk management techniques than just worrying about tightening stops, because if the stock gaps down against you, your tightened stop isn't going to help you. So there are other ways to do it, and of course the best way to do it is through options. And there's a course that's launching, the Efficient Option Buyer. If you go to VectorVest.com/EOB, our colleague Mr. Ron Wheeler is launching a course that you can actually purchase today if you choose to, and I would strongly urge you to, because that $395 price that you see is going to last I don't have a deadline on it exactly, but Ray told me before I got here, you should do it now. It's kind of a buy now thing. You got maybe a day. It's usually $9.95. You're not going to see a lower price. What Ron does is go through, and I'll just read through here. It's how to take advantage of earnings announcements. He shows income trades. He talks about ways to insure your portfolio. I'm sure using SPX trades and using options in so many different situations that arise. And it could be as simple as going in and buying any one of these stocks and covering yourself, buying insurance with a put option if it doesn't go your way right out of the gate. So I don't have to worry about my stops, and I don't have to worry about gaps if the stock gaps down. Right? You could put all the stops you want and tighten them. If the stock gaps down, then it's not going to help you. In fact, it's going to hurt you, because you'll probably lose the stock at a lower price than you should have. So the Efficient Option Buyer launches. Go to VectorVest.com, EOB. These are the times that call for these type of risk management techniques, and not only risk management, but income and ways to profit in an efficient way. So just wanted to throw that out there and let you guys know it was available. That $395 price, it's a steal. I would take advantage of it if I were you. But keep your objectives in mind. Always know your objectives. We talk about buying these stocks, hot sizzle stocks. Keep your objectives in mind and trade the market that's in front of you, not the market you want. Keep that in mind. So, in other words, heed the color guard. Heed the color guard. And that's it for me.
All right, with that, thank you, Jim. And again, I'm with him on board of that. Look at that price. Normally $995 for $395. And I like in this statement, if you know enough about options to be dangerous, but haven't put all the pieces together yet, this is the course for you. I think that in a nutshell, in a sentence, that puts together exactly what this course is all about. If you know enough about options to be dangerous, but haven't put all the pieces together yet, this is the course for you. And laid out to let you know how to take advantage of earnings announcements. We get that question a lot in the Jockey Club. You know, XYZ stock has got earnings, what should we do? An alternative to a covered call, which is about 1/10 of the cost, and a low cost way to ensure your stocks or portfolio. And I like that Jim says, no matter what kind of stop you have on, you know, learning how to put the right stops on from an option standpoint is, you know, especially if your if your goal is to hold on to that stock, especially a longer time. All right, with that, Joey, did you get a winner?
Oh, yeah, his name was Kurt something. We talked about it in the chat here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So Kurt, somebody won?
Kurt
Kemoto? Haymoto? Haymoto. Anyway, okay, Kirk, congratulations on winning the course, for typing in VV Nation. And for all of you who are sitting back on, oh, don't worry about it. Next month, we may give away something else.
Forget
All
about
right?
it.
I say again?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. All right, Jim said forget about it.
Sometimes it just means
Bad.
forget about
Sometimes you just go, bad. All right, that's about as Italian as I can get. It's just to do that. If I've offended anybody, sorry.
No, you didn't offend
Okay, I didn't want to offend anybody, but that was funny. All right, and Jim thought it was funny. Thank you all for being here. Again, keep in mind, I'm watching a lot of stuff that's coming across about the market, about what the Fed said. I'm going to go back to the office and read it. But one thing I saw that the Dow and the S&P are down again after a Fed-induced jump in stocks fizzled. So I don't know what the Fed said. It sounded like he said good stuff in the beginning. And
Interest rates near zero through 2022.
And the stock turns positive. They took them down?
Yeah, well, then
No.
the forecast on the economy was not as strong as people would have liked.
Yep.
So there's always more to it than the headline.
All right, so thank you for that, Jim. I appreciate that. But I was just trying to keep up on what was going on. When we get back to the office, we're going to go back and yell at each other about, it's probably just going to be me. That's all the yelling because Steve looks at me and says, Glenn, Todd is right there. And I yell, and I am the one that yells. Why? Because I just do. I'm a New Yorker. Nah, forget about it. I'm a New Yorker. All right, so thank you all for being here. For those of you who are new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We hit 15,000 subscribers, folks. That's just how many? We went from 14.5 to 15 in about 3 weeks.
That's up 500, Glenn. That would be up 500.
I said we went to 14. Listen, I know what I said. We moved.
Help
That's
me with the math is all I'm
Leave me alone. All right. Nice move. Thank you very much, VV Nation. As you see, you see us right now? This is what we're like in the office, too. We are like this in the office. Thank you.
Just mentioned Trending Thursday and Facebook Live.
All right, so Trending Thursday tomorrow, we're going to be right back here on YouTube Live. I will be doing Trending Thursday with Joey, where we look at stocks that are making the news. We use the VectorVest software to analyze those stocks and give a perspective on if they're good or bad stocks to get into. So we do that. We also look at your own individual stocks, make sure you come prepared for that. And also Patrick France on Facebook at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be going over the mobile app on your phone. We have a VectorVest app on your phone. And every Thursday at 11 o'clock, Patrick France does an outstanding job talking about how to effectively use that app. So with that, folks, we're going to all sign off. Thank you for being here. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha. Be safe out there. And until the next time we meet, which many of you will be tomorrow, but the next time we meet on this panel, we keep moving the people around because perspectives are great. So with that, folks, have a great day. Peace.